Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Around the Table GTA. This episode is going to be about pressure and the benefits, the stressors, and all of that too. It's finally not winter anymore. It's feeling a little bit more like spring, but we're just entering it, especially with the weather that we have in Canada. You don't know if it'll actually be spring until it's summer, at least where I'm from. Anyways, this episode was inspired by um, having a meeting with a friend. I haven't seen this friend in about a year, and it was kind of crazy to catch up in the sense that we were talking about things and we both realized how similar our lives were. And it's crazy how you could have a similar life as someone else, but the decisions that you make completely change your ideals and what it means to be a person through your lens, or even your values of what you want and the things that you think are important in life. In life, everyone deals with stress, everyone deals with pressure. Some people fold to the pressure, some people build up from that pressure. Some people actually need pressure in their lives to be eventful, to be productive, to be the person that they are. And it's very funny because you could put pressure and you could use it as a synonym for other words, kind of like accountability or stress or some other things that you could try to think about. But at the end of the day, this topic is kind of been a popular topic in a lot of videos that I've been consuming, and even with people that I've been talking about or talking with, or even just communicating with in different lights. Recently, I've gotten back into certain things that I've enjoyed in the past, and it's nice to visit a pastime that is productive and that makes you overall feel like a better person, even though it could be something so simple. The pressure to succeed, the pressure to just know what you're supposed to be doing in life can be a complete anguish to someone. If you don't know what anguish means, you could Google it. You could pick up a dictionary. You could search on your phone what anguish means. We see this a lot with people who are in high school and people who are in post grad. A lot of people that you talk to, depending on how you're growing up. I'll give you guys a story. Like, I went to a Catholic school when I was growing up, and I wasn't Catholic, but I did believe in God. I do still believe in God. But just the Catholic way wasn't the way for me. And when you're in grade two, you have to get your Holy Communion. And in grade eight, you have to do something called confirmation. And confirmation is when you basically say that you're adult in the Catholic Church, right? When I was that age, I got my first communion because that's like grade two. Um, I kind of got pressured for that. My dad's like, "Oh, you're different enough. Just do it." Not fully understanding what uh, the communion meant at that time, but it is what it is. And then after, there was grade eight with the Holy Communion, or not, my bad, with the confirmation. And there was one thing that stuck in my head with the priest, and the priest was like, only when you feel that you understand, or you feel that it's right time for you, you should get confirmed. If you don't, like, if you have doubt, if you have too many questions, you shouldn't get confirmed. And at that time, I thought about it, and I was probably one of the most well read people when it came to the Bible um, at school. And I was like, you know what? there's too many things that I don't necessarily agree with, especially through the practice that made me say, you know what, I'm not getting confirmed. And it made a big fuss in my school. It was crazy. I had to talk to a bunch of teachers. And when I talked to like my fellow classmates, a lot of them were in the same boat as I was. But unfortunately, they had expectations from their parents and their grandparents, and some of them were going to get gifts after getting confirmed. Some of them, you know, apparently their family would disown them, and a lot of people got pressured into it. Ultimately, there was like three of us who didn't get confirmed, and that was that. If I fast forward to today, I don't know how many of those people are still believers, but through that whole process, they're technically adults in the Catholic Church. The thing about pressure is we need to know how to resist it and when it is necessary. This thought came to me with other things that are going on. I can't really talk about it right now, but maybe at the end of it, I'll explain it. But it's pressure that can kind of build you, and you need to know what can go and what can't go, right? Peer pressure is a thing, sales pressure is a thing, fear of missing out is a thing, flavor of the month is a thing. We need to reevaluate what we need in our lives, and we don't always have to succumb to pressure. But at the same time, pressure can build people. Pressure can mean that you really need to do something ASAP, as soon as possible. If you don't know what ASAP means, we need to put enough pressure in our lives to make sure that we're moving in the right direction. But we also need to learn how to de stress and not fall under pressure over things that we can't control or things that aren't that important. Pressure is the necessary thing to build a person. If we talk about pressure and we look at certain things, if you believe in space and all the things that are in space, all the pressure that happens and the explosions and whatever that make a star is all due to pressure. We wouldn't have these beautiful things in the sky called stars if it wasn't through the pressure that they deal with. The same thing with diamonds. It's apparently coal pressed under extreme pressure to finally turn into something brand new. Uh, there's a term of, like, it's called how the cookie crumbles, right? And you don't want to crumble under pressure. You don't want to lose yourself under pressure. You want enough pressure to push you forward, or you need more pressure so that you could get somewhere. It's a mindset to think about, but it's also another thing for you to stop and think. I'm under all this pressure. Is it even worth it? Every once in a while, we need to take a step back and evaluate our lives. I think this is a motif that does follow up in my episodes a lot, but it's something to really consider. Even today, with how sunny it is outside for the first time, I have my blinds wide open, taking in the sun, getting ready for the summer, and putting on the pressure for myself to get certain things done. At the end of the day, there's certain things that you need to get done. You already know that you need to get done, but nothing's pushing you, nothing's motivating you, nothing's encouraging you, but it's something that needs to get done. I was talking to someone, same person that I met, and I was talking about how certain things repeat themselves, whether you believe in God or not. I think that it's a sign where when something constantly lose back. It means that it's something that you have to overcome. Whether you run away from that pressure or you avoid that, at the end of the day, it's going to come back because that opportunity in itself, that situation that you're in, it's for the greater good. Once you learn how to overcome that, whether you're pressured or not, you're going to become a better, stronger, smarter person. I feel like I'm in a situation that's similar to that, or I've been in situations that are similar to that. And that was like the basis of our discussions where we were talking about how we had to do things that we weren't uncomfortable with because if we didn't deal with that uncomfort, then we would have to be dealing with what we were dealing with at life in that time. And it was up to us to make that change, put that pressure on ourselves and the people around us to make it a better situation. Even we talked about certain things that we did later on instead of doing it sooner and how much it impacted our lives. But afterwards, making sure that when similar situations did occur, we nipped it in the butt, as people say, to make sure that things went the way that we wanted. So I'm going to ask you guys this. What is the pressure in your life? What are you avoiding in your life? Can you change it? Or do you have to deal with it for now? At the end of the day, you are in control of your life. A lot of people are around you in your life, but it's your choice to make that difference or to succumb to pressure. You could either be the force or the force could be pushed onto you. Either way, hope you guys are doing well. Next episode is going to be about escapism. I know that there has been some delays. A lot of things are going on in the background, fixing things up with work, putting pressure on different things to make sure that they go the way that I need them to go. And I think you guys should do the same, especially with how the world seems. But at the same time, it's good to have an idea of what you want and where you're going to go with things. And if what you're doing doesn't follow through with that thought, it's time to stop and reevaluate what you're doing. Anyways, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.